ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। Ram, wonderful to see the Ratnas of the first batch of the college. It was Pancha Ratnas, now the Pancha is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So Sai Ram to all of you. I'm happy to be associated with Hirok. And as the name suggests, Hira, he's a diamond of our batch. And we have been. I was very happy to be with him for 2 years of my masters, and we've had wonderful memories of both in class, off class, during bhajans, before bhajans, after bhajans, and also whenever we had time for each other. We were there for each other. And Hirok was a very, very soft-spoken and a very kind-hearted person. He is continuing to be like that. And the best thing about him is that, he's always cool and doesn't get affected by any praises or abuses or any kind of talk. So there's a lot of lessons I have learned from Hirok, especially when it comes to talking back to Swami or this thing. Hirok never used to talk back to Swami, and he's always listened to what Swami says. And Swami used to sometimes be uncomfortable why he's not responding. So it's that kind of a cool person Hirok is. So it has been a pleasure. And Hirok, I'm very, very happy to be a part of a satsang where you are going to share your memories and your thoughts and your feelings. And really, it's I'm fortunate to be part of this event today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sai Ram to everybody. Myself and Hirok, we were very, very, very close friends. And actually, it is Swami who brought us together.
Yeah.
He made us so close that sometimes Swami himself had to tell something to me, not to talk to Hirok. And sometimes Swami would say to Hirok that not to talk to Kote. That was a mischief Swami used to play between us. And he's such a kind-hearted person, so sober, a very nice person to rely upon. Suppose your mood is off, you go to him, he'll make you so happy. And he'll go to any extent to defend you. And he is the one person with whom I never got into problems. Swami also used to love him so much that he used to love him. I should say Swami used to respect him, because his words always Swami relied upon. In the sense, sometimes Swami used to ask him the suggestions, and Swami used to listen to his suggestions. And we have together given so many musical programs, and we had very, very nice time both at Brindavan and Parthi. Because of Swami. Very nice to have you here with all of us, eagerly waiting for your experience which you are going to share. Sairam.
Sairam to all of you. And Jagdish, thanks for excellent introduction. And Kote, thanks for wonderful, wonderful, loving introduction. And yeah, Hirok, I generally say, he who rocks is Hirok.
Okay.
I think all the qualification Jagdish and Kote told exactly right. A person who is coolest person in the whole of Bhajan group, and very loving, and of course very, very close to me. All of us are close, but Hirok is very, very close to me. So happy to have you, Hirok. Kote is there for you today. Jagdish is there. I am also there. So just share wonderful experience. My request, what Rupak left, please talk that also little.
Yeah.
About
Sure.
Rupak also.
Yeah.
And for the sake of all brothers who are here, sisters, Hirok is younger brother of Rupak Changkakoti, or Rupak is elder brother of Hirok, because we know Hirok first. So Rupak is elder brother of Hirok.
Yeah.
Sairam.
Sairam. Before I start, all the kind words and all the beautiful qualities that they told, that Hari, Kote, and Jagdish have told, actually it is just their kindness. It is a reflection of their love for me. Actually, I am not none of that. I'm just a simple devotee of Swami who came to Swami and then got groomed by Swami. It is my fortune that I met people like Kote, Jagdish, Hari during the time when I was there with Swami. Even yesterday I was talking with Hari, and I was telling Hari that, Hari, you don't know what gift you have got from God. That gift of composing bhajans which impact people, and make you think of God. You can, that's a great gift which God has given to you. Of course, Kote and Jagdish, both of them are excellent singers. And when they sing, you're sure to see God. Of course, we saw God in Swami when when these people were singing in front of Swami. But then to experience Swami after hearing their voices, you should learn from these people, because that's how they sang. And all this, singing itself is God's gift, but all this without having any formal training, just on the inspiration and love which Swami showered on them. That's how they became what they were, not what they are in terms of bhajan singing. So that concludes the thing, concludes what these guys have told. But before that, thank you very much, my family in Singapore, for having me today. One thing, I know that quite a few illustrious speakers have spoken in front before me. Like we had Sai, we had Hari, we had Kote. Yesterday, I think day before yesterday, you had Sonam also. All these illustrious speakers have spoken before me. I cannot match up to them because I don't have the breadth of philosophy or breadth of knowledge that these guys, Jagdish also, of course, Jagdish,
You know, these are very kind words from your side. No, that shows your humility. Thank you, Sairam.
So the breadth of knowledge which these guys have got, no, I don't claim to possess them, and I don't want to. I don't intend to sort of exhibit the scholarly treatise that these people have talked about before me. So I'm going to talk only of Swami today, and this talk of Swami will be only. It is the journey of each of us. Okay, how each of us were drawn into him, how each of us got enveloped in his love, how each of us started making him more of a central part of our life, how each of us were going towards making him the universe within which we interact, and how each of us made Swami everything, and all our journey towards nothingness, right? All of us becoming nothing, and Swami becoming everything in our lives. So for me, the journey started in Shillong. Okay, and I think yesterday some of you would have heard about some of you would have heard the experiences which we had when we were introduced to Swami. In this, before we go into that, I just want to tell one thing, that see, all of us who have heard of Swami, or all of us who have been exposed to Swami and have experienced Swami are really lucky, because actually Swami willed it that way. He introduced himself to us and then invited us into his glory. And then what he did was, once he invited us to his glory, what he did was he started showing us his glory, showing us his love, showing us his protection, giving us his grace. And then as time went on with our exposure and exposure to Swami, it became a point where Swami became our God. I always keep on saying this. None of us have seen God, right? But if we have seen God, it is Swami. In the same way, he became our confidant. He became a protector. He became a guide. He became a philosopher. And this is how he started getting us into his fold. And there was no necessity for any of us to be drawn into his glory, but it was just his grace, sheer grace, that God came into our lives and said that, listen, I am God. Come and see my glory. Experience me. And so that is something which all of us should remember. This was something which was emphasized time and again by Swami in his various speeches. Swami used to always say that you don't know how blessed you all are to have come and experienced me. And then he always called each of us Divyatma Sarupalara. We were all embodiments of the divine truths, right? So, and he called us. So, how he called us, each of us will have a different story, because I'm sure, some of us would have come to see Swami, come to Swami through our parents. Some of us would have come to hear of Swami through some books or some articles which we have read, or some of us would have come to see Swami because of the experiences of some of our friends. In the same way, for us, I think, as was mentioned in the speech yesterday, we came to know Swami in the late 60s in distant Shillong. If you look at where's Puttaparthi and where is Shillong, it will be around 4,000 kilometers away. There were various things which happened. we called to a bhajan, and then we we were not in time for the bhajan, but then somehow someone gave us a photograph of Swami. And I just wanted to emphasize one thing, that at that point of time, none of us, I mean, we were quite young that way, but none of us any hesitation in taking that photograph and keeping it in the puja room. And then we started singing some bhajans or some kirtans, because my mother was a very, very devoted lady, and she used to do puja every day. So she kept this photograph, and then slowly, I don't know what came over her. She suddenly decided to have put prasad in front of the photographs. Okay, so that was also one tradition which we started following. And then Swami started taking food in our house. You know how he used to do? Just to make us aware that he has touched the food or blessed the food, he will put his fingers. Sometimes he would have take a spoon, take the spoon out of that this thing, or the prasadam that which is kept. And then this is how it happened. He started showing his presence, and as well as making us aware that yes, he's accepting our devotion in whatever form we were giving. No, he was accepting that devotion from us. So this was some of the things which happened. And then I think one more thing which actually Rupak did avoided, could not tell yesterday, was the fact that Swami actually came out of a photograph and gave darshan to my elder brother. And he of course is no more nowadays, but then when he came out of that photograph, he was completely frightened. And that was one other thing which happened. Swami manifested himself in Shillong and gave him darshan. Of course, later on, my elder brother, of course, had a mental illness, and then he became a very, very severe schizophrenic. But then what Swami did was, so he almost literally stopped his studies. But then what Swami did was, Swami actually got him to Brindavan, made him stay in the hostel. And then I think Jagdish also would know, he was there for some time. Ravi Shankar was also looking after him.
Yes, I was there. Deepak.
Yeah. Your elder brother was also looking after him. So this is, of course, that's a different story altogether. But one other story which I wanted to tell you all, which happened, which only reaffirms the love and compassion which Swami has in each of us, was it happened in another place known as Dibrugarh. Okay, there was a devotee of Swami, a very, very ardent devotee. One day, suddenly she came rushing to our house and said that, see, my father is not well. My father's not well. He's almost on this deathbed. Will you just come and sing some bhajans? I was not there, but Rupak was there, and then Mr. Biren Bodle was there. Biren Bodle, I think Hari, Kote and all will know about him. So they rushed to do the bhajans, like it was like bhajans on the deathbed of a person. They rushed, and then of course very, very intense bhajans took place. And then as the bhajans were going on, there were white spots which were appearing on Rupak's coat. So the bhajans continued, and then at the end of the bhajan, there were so many white spots on Rupak's coat that my uncle was thinking, where is this coming from? Is it coming from the roof or something? So he just touched one of the white spots, and it was Vibhuti. And of course, that man, that person who was in his deathbed, recovered. But then what happened was, Swami manifested himself by showering vibhuti, and then through the bhajan, through the power of the bhajan, the person who was hearing the bhajans were also, the person who was hearing the bhajan and who was on the deathbed also became, little bit better. So these were various instances which happened. And then, no, to top it all, 20 years later, when we came to Brindavan, actually, yesterday Swami Rupak was talking about how Swami walked into the house, into the bhajan hall, and then, he actually made us all aware of his presence by the sound of his footsteps, or by the light which passed through all the flowers which were there, or by the vibhuti and amrit that used to keep on pouring out of the various photographs of gods and goddesses. 20 years later, when we were in Brindavan, actually Swami called my full family to stay in Brindavan. 20 years later, there was an occasion when Swami was in one of his very, very angry mood, let's say angry mood. And he was not allowing the ladies to come. This actually happened after the Trai Brindavan was first started. The older bungalow had one area where ladies used to come and then sit there. And then when Swami wanted, the curtain used to be opened, and all the ladies could watch Swami as well as hear the bhajans and interact with Swami. But the new Trai Brindavan did not have such a place like that. So Swami, in the initial time, Swami was not allowing them. So so my mother and sister, who actually had now come to Patti, had now come and started singing Brindavan, actually was was singing bhajans in mission in Mrs. Ratnalal's house. So when they were singing bhajans, right? Suddenly Swami walked in. That time Swami used to do that very often. He just walked into Mrs. Ratnalal's house and told my mother, "Dekho, tum bhajan gata hai, hum darwaja khol ke aata hai." This is 20 years since the incident took place in Shillong. And during the same time, not on the same day, of course, it was on another occasion. Swami told my elder sister, "Husband ko khana nahi banayega." He is telling, "Husband ko khana nahi banayega." So my sister was wondering, who's my husband now? I am not even married. Then Mrs. Ratlal told her that, see, Swami was talking about the time when you used to cook food for him and give him prasad in Shillong. So this is how, all of us were drawn to him. He only drew us to him. He willed himself into our lives, and then started enveloping all of us in his love and compassion. And then, started making us, and all he was doing this, all this was being done, not because he wanted to make himself the center of our universe, but basically just to make us better human beings, become more compassionate, have the God connection, be more spiritual. That's what he used to do. So this is how it started from me in the late 1960s. And then, of course, during my 10th standard, after the 50th birthday, Swami actually called us to come to see him. He sent a letter and told that you please come. He wrote a letter to my father and told him that you get your wife, sons and come to see me. So we thought that, okay, where will Swami be? He'll be in Patti. So all of us took the train journey to Patti. And we passed through Bangalore only to go to Parthi. And when we were going to then we reached Parthi, and then of course we found that Swami was not there. Now, what to do? Whom do we ask that Swami is not there? And we told, someone told us that you go and talk with Kutumbarao. So Kutumbarao was a very, very serious person. Okay, so it was very, very difficult to approach him. So somehow, my father, with lot of this thing, he went and talked with Kutumbarao. Kutumbarao said, Swami did not tell me anything about you all coming. And then my father said that, no, sir, Swami, we have come here because Swami has asked us to come here. And he said, Swami is not here. He's in Brindavan. So, Kutumbarao, hey, we did not know where Brindavan is, okay, at that time. We had just come to Parthi. So then Kutumbarao, somehow he thought that, okay, I think this fellow is quite genuine. So I'll ask Swami. So he, at that time, there were no mobile phones. He put a trunk call to Swami. And Swami said, so in Telugu, he said, వాళ్ళు ఎందుకు అక్కడ పోయినారు, పర్తికి పోయినారు, పుట్టపర్తి పోయినారు, బృందావన్కి రామను. Now, బృందావన్కి రామన్, how will you come? That time, there was only one bus we used to start in the morning, one SRS bus. We used to go from everywhere and then finally reach Bangalore. Okay, so now we were roaming around and we reached Bangalore. And then what Swami did was, Swami sent Rupak, Radhakrishna with a car and told them, okay, go and pick them up from the bus. We used to go to that old battered bus stand known as Kailasipalam. So if we were left to ourselves, we would have got lost in that bus stand. But then somehow Rupak and Radhakrishna came and then picked us up, and then we were staying in Swami's bungalow. There were times when my father used to be called up for dinner or lunch with Swami, but I was never called. I was always used to go and eat the food in the hostel, which of course I did not like that much at that time. But that's a different story altogether. But then we stayed there, and then Swami showered his love, and it was during that time only when Swami gave Upanayam for all of us, did a Upanayam. And then there was one function which I remember. It was I think a flag hoisting ceremony next to the Kalyan Mandapam. Swami came to that function, and then all of us were also asked to go there, and we waited there. Swami came there. He hoisted the flag, and then he asked me, "Kaisa laga?" That time he used to speak to me in Hindi. So, "Kaisa laga?" What will I say? Will I say, no, अच्छा नहीं लगा? I said, no, Swami, बहुत अच्छा लगा. देखो, हमारा college boys कैसा है? I said, they are very fine. In fact, I was also quite impressed because I liked the way the college boys were. And then Swami said, next year tum aao. So that was the time when Swami decided that I should come to college, Brindavan. I had actually not given my 10th standard at that time. So I went back, gave my 10th standard. And then, as you know, the results were very late, and the college had already started. Swami sent word through, through Rupak, tell them to come. And our results were not there and not out at that time. So we came, and myself, Rupak Sharma, I think another person whom you all know, Rupak Sharma and Deepak Sharma came, and we stayed in the hostel. The hostel was what? That time it was the Kalyan Mandap. Okay, the hostel in this thing, the old new hostel had not been constructed. So we stayed there, and for 15 days we were actually completely without any work. The only thing we used to do was go and show our faces in the college, come back and sit there. So that's how I came to Swami. And once I came like that to Swami, right? Means from the point of view of my being at that time was that I really did not understand what was happening to me, because I was not of that age. And I also did not feel anything. Like a lot of people, when they come away from their parents and all, they'll feel that, okay, you will, you feel sad, you want to go back home. I actually did not feel that way, because after I came to Parthi that time, after I came to Brindavan that time, I went back to Assam after 11 years. I never went back even during my holidays. So that was the time when, Swami, he called me to his Sannidhi, and he started working on me, right? The only thing which I wanted to tell at this point of time was that I as a being did not understand what great fortune or what a great blessing it was that Swami called me to him. Because it was too young age for me to really understand. In the first year itself, what Swami did was, Swami told me that you go home. Okay, actually, Swami insisted on my going home. But then I said, Swami, I'll not go. And then he called my brother. That was Rupak was there. Actually, Rupak was that time not staying with Swami, but he was quite close to Swami. He said, Chapu, Anki, tell him to go home. I said, no, I'll not go home, Swami. And of course, there were a lot of things which Swami gave during that time when these holidays were there. And there were a lot of things which happened in the hostel which were quite frightening also. But then which we weathered all that and continued to stay with Swami. And it was during that time only when one of the things which I wanted to tell you, it is the experience of all the students, okay, and it will be the experience of all the devotees also. Swami always tries to, he knows how a life will be. He knows what he wants, what we are capable of, right? And he always will get out the best of us, right? Best in us. So it was during that time that the first thing that he started asked me was, of course, once he told me during the summer course, during my first year PUC, you speak. And I was a complete disaster. And then Swami never asked me to speak because he felt that this fellow knows. But then he started asking me to sing bhajans. And I had exposure earlier to sing bhajans, but I couldn't call myself to be a singer to sing in front of the Lord of the Universe, in front of the divine music director, nor was I that good a singer to sing in front of some of the other singers who were there. And one of the main reasons was that my voice was not that mature. But then Swami used to ask me to sing. Of course, I've already sung this many times, but what Swami did was, it is such a simple this thing, right? Swami never told that you are not a good singer. No, baga part ledu. He never told that. He always said that, listen, you sang well only. He used to tell like that. So always it was a positive reinforcement, never negative reinforcement. Okay. It does, of course, that is also one more thing, that it is not that Swami is not always not always that benign with all of us, but this is how he actually always kept on giving positive reinforcement, trying to get the best out of this thing. And that has been the experience of all of us. See, the encouragement and the reservoirs of the devotion or the talent that you have inside you are so easily extracted by Swami, because he knows what you are capable of. So that's how, see how when you hear Kote now, or when you hear Hari's composition or Hari singing or Jagdish Rajan singing, what is it that comes out of that? None of them, I can guarantee you, none of them have got any formal training. Just sheer bliss, sheer blessings of Swami, encouragement of Swami, inspiration from Swami was instilled into them, and that's how they, they are today, what they are. So this is one of the features that happen. And I'll tell you one thing. All of us have got this opportunity because we were students with Swami. But it's not that this is not possible even in the to others also. I'm sure of lot of the devotees who have got inspired, who have got inspired, as well as have been motivated to do things which they never knew existed inside them. So this was one of the things which actually happened during my student days in Brindavan. So we used to start singing, and of course that was at that young age my voice was not very good, but then Swami kept on saying, okay, Bhagapart now, and as time went on, right, and he used to also ask us to sing specific songs, so yesterday when Rupak was talking about it, he was telling that he was always asked to sing Ganga Jatadhara. Okay, so he used to sing Ganga Jatadhara, and then Swami started singing it afterwards. Okay, it's not that Rupak taught that song to Swami. No, Swami wanted to sing that song, so he used to hear that song. So like that, Swami would have asked Kote to sing some particular song. He used to sing that song. And then, of course, there were times when Swami will take up that song which was sung by Kote, or that song which was sung by Rupak Sharma, or that song which was sung by Hirok Changkakoti, and then he will start singing it in his public functions. But then what used to happen? There were very, very particular songs which Swami used to ask each of us to sing, right? So that's how it happened. And then, despite all the flaws, despite all these things, Swami used to never, ever, discourage anybody. And see that when you think back on all these things, you just, it's such a just to understand the amount of love and compassion that Swami had. It's amazing, because you are singing with all flaws. You are not a trained singer. You are not, nor are you that great a singer. Yeah, during that time when we used to sing, right, there were some great musicians used to come. But then Swami used to tell in front of them only, "Hamara boys, dekho, itna acha bhajan gata hai." But that is the love of Swami, and that is also the encouragement of Swami. And he used to bear all this, this type of our flaws, our faults, and then encourage us to better ourselves, to become better human beings. to increase the breadth of our talent. So this is how he started training us, each of us, in bhajans, right? Kote, you want to sing any bhajan which used to sing in front of Swami? Kote? Okay. Maybe I'll sing one bhajan which is to sing in front of Swami. This was actually this was a bhajan which I learned in Shillong. Durga Bhavani Ma Jaya Jaya Sai Ma Durga Bhavani Ma Jaya Jaya Sai Ma Kalika Palini Ma Jaya Jaya Sai Ma Durga Bhavani Ma Jaya Jaya Sai Ma Paramashivani Ma Jaya Jaya Sai Ma Jagatodharini Ma Jaya Jaya Sai Ma Durga Bhavani Ma Jaya Jaya Sai Ma. So this was one of the bhajans we used to sing. Of course, it was not in this state of this was not how I used to sing, because I was still being groomed by Swami at that point of time. And then, of course, slowly Swami started asking us to sing solo songs, and solo songs were one of those. Was one of the songs we used to there were a lot of times when Swami used to ask us to give concerts, and that was the time when Swami when the Sai Symphony was formed, and all of us were part of that Sai Symphony, right? That Sai Symphony in which people used to come together with all the see, we had actually very limited resources at that time. We didn't have much of instruments. Our harmonium and our tablas used to be the best instrument that we used to have at that time. And of course, Hari had his violin. So with all the limited instruments, we used to give, we used to give concerts. Concerts means, many times it is using that, and then used to come to the practice and start singing. So that was the time when actually the whole nucleus of Sai Symphony started. And I think and one of the things which we did initially was that Ram Katha was presented. And I mean, there is a big story about why Ram Katha, what Swami wanted Ram Katha. He was absolutely emotionally, as well as a lot of attachment was there for Ram Katha. I've not still been able to figure out why that was there like that, but I think Ram Katha was in a movie which was directed by Adina and Rao, in which in which Anjali Devi acted as Sita Devi, and Rajesh Rao gave the music, and so Ram Katha was part of that movie. So Swami used to love. So the movie was known as Lavakusha, and Swami used to love that movie. I think how many times he would have seen the movie itself also is a matter of I mean, I really don't know, because we saw Lava Kusa with Swami twice. Every time we kept on seeing the same movie only, but we saw it twice. But Swami used to love Ram Katha. So one of the first programs that we gave for Ram Katha was as a concert was Ram Katha. And I think a lot has been said about Ram Katha, but I would not like to dwell too much into it. But Kote, if you can sing one song of Ram Katha. Can you hear me, Kote?
Like he's having network issues. He's probably got a very low bandwidth.
Okay. So, but Ram Katha was one of the first programs which we gave for Off-Site Symphony, and I see one. Yeah, Hari, you wanted to say something? Okay, I can't hear you. So Ram Katha was.
He wants you to sing one.
Yeah, but Ram Katha is a very huge song, so I will not take. I'll just take one part of the song which used to be very, very loved by Swami, which was very loved by Swami. I mean, the whole Ram Katha used to be one of the group of songs which used to be liked by Swami, but there were certain parts in which Swami used to, exhibit emotion during that time. Like, take for example, this was a time when Sonam, how are you, sir?
Yes, sing
Yeah.
Rama Suguna Dhama.
So, everyone wanted Kote also to be there. So Rama, so this was the song in which Swami used to be so emotionally attached, right? So this song goes like, Rama Suguna Dhama Raghuvamsa Jalathi Soma Sri Rama Suguna Dhama Sita Manobhirama Sakheta Sarva Bhoma Sri Rama Suguna Dhama Raghuvamsa Jalathi Soma Mandasmita Sundara Vadanara Vrindarama Indivara Shamalanga Vandita Shushama Mandara Padovara Madhura Madhura Nama Mandara Manohara Madhura Madhura Nama Sri Rama Suguna Dhama Raghuvamsa Jalathi Soma. This song, this part of the song basically is praising the Lord Rama. Lavakusha praising the Lord Rama, wherein they are saying, Rama Suguna Dhama, you are the repository of all good gunas. Raghuvamsa, you are Raghuvamsa, you are the Raghuvamsa Jaladhi Soma, you are the jewel in the crown of the Raghuvamsa dynasty. And I don't know why, because see, this is Lavakusha praising Rama. And Swami used to be so, taken up by this song, so emotionally attached to that song. And they used to, he used to be, there were times when I think Kote would have spoken once about the time when Swami started shedding tears. But then this was, and I just still want to tell everybody that it was none of our effort which actually led to that situation of Swami getting so emotionally attached or emotionally responding to this singing of the Ramakatha, because we were not great singers at all. We were great because he made us great. So that was how Ramakatha was. that was how Ramkatha was presented in front of Swami. And Swami taught us everything about Ramkatha. How to sing, what songs to sing, when to sing, the sequencing of the song, how to sing a particular stanza. All that was taught by him. And so the greatness of the rendition of Ramkatha was not ours, actually, it was his. And of course, he inspired the whole group to give the best for this Ramkatha. And that was the first concert which we had, right? Sonam, when Rupa, Kechar, Ravi, Venkatesh, all of us sang. So in all this, what I wanted to tell was that, see, Swami could assess, could know what is the best talent which each of us has, and then he used to tap that talent, and through his compassion, through his encouragement, through his inspiration, and through his motivation, the best used to come out of each of us. And that is the story of each of the devotees of Swami who have come in contact with him, because he willed it that way. Not it is nothing of ours. So like that, then of course, this whole during the whole student days, right? He taught us how to sing bhajans. He taught us how to give concerts. He taught us how to pronounce words. I'll tell you a simple thing. When I used to sing that na, that pronunciation of na was na with me. But Swami used to say that there should be a nasal tone of na, karuna. So even such details he used to teach us, right? And all this was done with nothing but compassion, love, and sheer protection, and all done with the utmost humility, right? There was never any negative comment or negative negativity in what else Swami used to teach us, right? So that is how we were groomed. So the sum and substance of this is that if you come into the Sai fold, right? Swami, with his blessings, with his love, and with his grace, will always get out the best of you. The only thing which is required in all this is the eagerness the eagerness or the submission to his will, and a certain amount of belief in him that he is doing what is best for me, right? Yeah, Sonam.
Just wanted to remind you of that Hawaiian guitar that we manufactured in the hostel, Rodan Thapa.
Yeah. I was telling that. So this is one more episode. See that enthusiasm to always please Swami. It is again his inspiration and his motivation to do the best for what we wanted to do. So there was one Ramkatha. For this Ramkatha only, there is a song in which a Hawaiian guitar is played. So where will we get a Hawaiian guitar? We didn't have a Hawaiian guitar. So what we did was, we got a slab of a piece of wood. We got a slab of wood, and then that slab of wood was nicely, chiseled and nicely sawed and all, and then it was made into a smooth surface, on which Rodan Thapa took another piece of wood, and then he started making the frets of the guitar. He actually started measuring and putting the frets of the guitar, and then we made a guitar, a Hawaiian guitar, which was played. why we are telling about this is why myself and Sonam are telling about this is also Sonam Kote also will be aware of this. It's just because, you know, that inspiration from Swami was such that no, we had to do the best for this thing. That motivation was so high, and the encouragement that Swami used to give. So it was always that positive encouragement. Encouragement with lot. What was the necessity for Swami to keep on coming for the practice sessions every day, almost every day? What was the necessity? It was not necessary, right? He'd just come and sit and hear the song. So that amount of humility, it was all because he had that humility, as well as he had that he wanted to encourage all of us. So that was what was inspiring to all of us. That motivated us to do the best in whatever we wanted to do. So this is how he actually he fully formed the what do you call it? The Sai Symphony Group. And then Sai Symphony Group kept on giving a lot of concerts, and it was almost a permanent fixture during some of the festivals that were there. And then there were times when we used to give even concerts during the Jhoola festival, and all of this was happening. The only reason what I wanted to say was that, see, Swami will always understand what you are good at, and then he gets out the best in you through various ways. But always remember that he will get the best out of you in under the circumstances once you come into his fold. And all of this he does with just sheer plain love and compassion. And then gets the best out of us. So this is one of the things which I was wanted to tell. And then of course there was in Swami's in Swami's plan, there are times when you don't know what you're capable of, but he will get it out of you. So that assessment of the talent which it is there in each of us is something which he knows. Because I believe that Swami is the master of all our lives. He knows what is there for us. He knows what is there inside us. He knows what we are capable of doing. He knows what will happen in the future also, because he's God, right? So that was one of the things which I wanted to say. The other thing which was that, see, like take for example the talent of acting. I mean, this was something. See, all of us, Kote, myself, Hari, Sonam, Jagdish, Sai Sunindranath, were part of that music group. I mean, all of us were studying there. But then, at one point of time, suddenly during our PhD days, Swami just sent word through Mr. Narsimurthy and said that boss, sorry, not boss. He said that, see, the PhD boys are going to give will put up a drama, Adi Shankara. One more thing which I missed out was also the fact that in this in this process of trying to get the best out of us, when it came to singing, right? Swami was actually using each of us as an instrument for his mission, right? Like Namasmarana was one of his mission pillars, right? So Namasmarana was one of the things. So that the Namasmarana to be effective, right? It had to be groomed. It had to be polished. It had to be effective. So this was what he was doing during that time. And then to be made an instrument in one of the talents that you have, which you actually did not know that existed for you, but to be made in one of the talents that you have is something which we should be always grateful to Swami, because he chose you, and he willed that you become the instrument that he wanted to spread the glory of Namasmarana. So there was one more very when Swami used to love this Bhaja Govindam. This is a set of poems which was composed by Adi Shankara, and Swami used to quote this very frequently. And in that Bhaja Govindam drama, right? That Bhaja Govindam drama was also another tradition which is I think continuing even today. The college students used to put up this drama, Bhaja Govindam drama, and Bhaja Govindam was done by I think first it was done by Rupak, and then it was done by me, and then it was done by Venkat. Vasudev also did that. You know, what is his name? Yeah, Vasudevan of Chennai, Hari. Yeah, he also did Bhaja Govindam, and the Bhaja Govindam tradition continued. The drama continued, because the drama was composed, was written by Professor D. Narendra, and was a very powerful drama, because it in that half an hour to 45 minutes, like 1.5 hours of drama, there was a lot of strong messages which came out of that drama. So and Swami used to love Bhaja Govindam. So it was during during our PhD days, suddenly Swami sent word to the warden and said that, listen, you all are going to do, the PhD boys will do Bhaja Govindam. So, okay, Bhaja Govindam we did. A lot of us didn't know acting at that time, or we didn't know that we could act. And suppose even if we knew acting, how could we act Shankaracharya or Padmapada or Totaka? How could we act that way? We don't know, right? Because it is the life of a saint who lived in a different era. But then Swami said, no, you have to do this Bhaja Govindam. So unfortunately for me, I was asked to play the role of Bhaja Govindam. I actually had one advantage. You know why? Because if I removed my specs, I couldn't see anything. So that dreaminess in my eyes, no, that blissful look in my eyes is actually nothing but my lack of specs. And I couldn't see anybody who was there in the audience, so I could not judge their reaction. But then Swami told that you have to start the drama. And again, Swami will come every day. He will tell you how to do things. Like, take for example, how would I know how Shankaracharya walked? Swami used to tell that. How will I know how to deliver the dialogue? Swami will tell that. So that is how it started. So that was one more episode of again getting out the hidden talent in our these things, and then trying to polish that talent, giving us the confidence that you can act, and then supervising the preparations for the drama, and supervising it almost daily when he used to come, right? All of us had to be serious about practices. And then, of course, the other part of the thing was that inspiring, motivating us to give our best always trying to give our best for the drama. So this is how, all of us were groomed. And the only thing which I want to say during all this training which Swami used to give, there was always be that that intent to hear Swami, that intent to implement to the T what he wanted us to do. For Bhaja Govindam, like take for example for Bhaja Govindam. Now some among us, because of our egos, we felt that no, the tune that is being, in which Bhaja Govindam is being sung is not good. We want to have it in a different tune. So we told Swami. Swami has already heard Bhaja Govindam and he has gone to this Bhaja Govindam practices in the previous times also. Twice he has gone till now. He has heard this so many times. But then still he used to come. But then when we told that, no, Swami, this tune is not good, Swami said, no. You continue with the tune that has already always been there. So the sense of implementing what Swami wanted us to do, the sense of implementing what Swami's instructions to the best of our abilities is what Swami was looking for us. And then in that process, there were so many lessons which each of us learned. Like take for example, I'll tell you one incident which happened during this time. See, all of us during this Bhaja Govindam time, we used to come. We used to have practices in the mornings, and then we used to have practices during the night time. That protection which Swami used to give to all these people, it's not that he's giving this protection because we were part of the drama or anything like that. No, it's not like that. It's just general practice protection which Swami gives to all the devotees, right? So Mayur Pandya, who was the AIP's brother, he was my classmate as well as my batchmate for PhD. So he came back from after having his lunch, first dinner in the night, and then he crossed over to the and reached the auditorium entrance, and then when he was just put his leg into the auditorium, suddenly he felt the other leg being touched by something. Something is just slipped over his leg. You know what it was? It was a crate, a snake. But nothing happened to him. So like that, there were so many incidents which happened. And then the other thing which I wanted to say was that when before we went into the drama, before the drama was being presented, all of us, including this was something which we wanted to do to Swami. We went and told Swami, all of us had this prayer in front of him. Swami, mere ka padali, means only you can help us, you can save us, or you can. It is protect. You who will, who will protect us. And of course, the drama went on very well, and of course, we went and presented this drama in Bombay also, and then of course we presented it in Bangalore also. But this whole episode, what did it teach us? It taught us one thing. It taught us that Swami knows what are the talents that we have in us, and he knows how to use that talent. Like Bhaja Govindam was a set of scenes which had to be sung live. Okay, so Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. So Swami wanted these songs to be, we thought that, okay, because of the mic problems and all, we'll record it previously. Swami said, no, you sing live. And all of us took a huge, I mean, when Swami has said, then what was the risk involved in it? We said, okay, Swami, I'll sing. And I sang most of these things. But one incident, one thing which I remember very, very fondly, and with lot of memory, and with lot of with deep prayers, is the song that which I used to sing in front of Swami. This is the Shiva Panchakshari mantra. Nagendra Haraya. So at the end of the mantra, there is this verse which is Panchaksharam midam punyam yappathe Shiva sannidhau Shivalokam Shivena sahamudhate. Actually, we never knew the greatness of this paragraph because we were singing in front of Shiva. And you know who reminded us of all this? This was sung by everybody, all the people who were there in the drama. All the disciples and Shankaracharya were there who were there in the drama. We had to sing this song. All of us did not realize that when we were practicing and singing this in front of Swami, it was in front of Shiva who was singing this song. So this was one of the other episode, and of course, a lot of the music compositions, the background music, all that was done by Sonam. So that was one other thing. And then of course we had Sai Katha also, Sai Katha, in which Swami himself started. So these are some of the episodes or some of the memories or some of the incidents that have happened in my life. And this is again a part of the journey that all of us are going through. The journey which started with Swami introducing himself to us, and then the journey where Swami started embracing us into his love, giving us his compassion, showing us his compassion, and showing us his grace and giving us his blessings. The journey wherein Swami started getting the best out of us. The journey wherein Swami started recognizing the talents that are inside us. The journey wherein Swami used those talents to make it an instrument in his mission. The journey wherein Swami used this I won't say effort, but this love to spread what he wanted people to know, like bhajans, like Bhaja Govindam, like Sai Katha. No, Sai Katha is another this thing. Swami spent so much of time on Sai Katha. He directed the lyrics of the songs. He directed he also took care of some of the incidents that happened in his life, because he wanted his story to be told to others. And then he also helped us in the pronunciation of the words. Kote, myself, Rupak Sharma, Sonam, all of us went to Chennai. So that always that message of trying to get the best out of us, using that talent to spread his mission, these were some of the things which have, I mean, I have been privileged to get from Swami, and I'm sure all of you would have got this, right? Yes, Jagdish, you wanted to say something?
He's come on 2 screens, so that's why it popped up.
Yeah, yeah. So these were some of the things which have happened, and only thing which I which is of paramount importance is that no, in our lives, Swami should be everything, and we should be nothing. Right? That's the first thing which we learned. Right? That's the first thing. The second thing is always have a lot of compassion. Right? If you see Swami's life, Swami's life has been spent. If you a day in Swami's life is he gets up in the morning, early morning, before Suprabhatam. He does exercise. Okay, in that limited space of his, he just walks around this thing, has his breakfast, comes out and gives darshan, takes people and hears their problems, and then goes back, has lunch, takes rest for some time, gets up and then again comes down, gives darshan. Okay, this is his normal routine. But you know why he does that? He does that day in and day out because there are devotees waiting for him. After all that, what he does is he starts off educational institutions. I am telling you one thing. When I first came into Brindavan, I paid fees for the first year, hostel fees. It was 160 rupees. First year I paid fees. After that, Swami said, no need. He told my parents, don't send any money. I will take care of his hostel fees. And later on, as time went by, Swami made tuition fees free for everybody. Again, tremendous compassion, right? I remember when this hospital was being built, right? Swami just willed that he wants to build that hospital, and that hospital was built with all the money coming in from somewhere or the other. There were discussions there were times when I was there when there were discussions going on between, say, Indulal Shah. There was one more person known as Prasad Rao who was there from Hyderabad. Everybody is wondering, where will the money come from? Where will the money come from? But Swami is not bothered. He says, no, we have to have the thing. And then today, that hospital is the lifeline for so many villagers who come all the way to that hospital for free operations, right? Again, limitless compassion. Then at one point of time, suddenly he decided that he wants to do the water project. And you know what happens? Members of the Central Trust will be completely flabbergasted. How will we do this work? But Swami never this thing, because he wills it. So his life has always been a sea of compassion, compassionate actions, compassionate words, compassionate compassionate acts in the form of Narayan Seva, in the form of rural Seva. That is something which we all of us should learn from Swami. Compassion towards your fellow beings. Okay. Most importantly, love, right? Love. So much of love. I mean, you cannot imagine the amount of love which he used to give. Of course, even now, look at all of you, all of us. What are we bound by? We are only bound by the love which we share for Swami, right? Nothing else. So how is it that we feel that love? that love was something. And if you are near Swami, if you know Swami, there will be occasions when you'll feel that love on a continuous basis, but there will be also occasions when you'll feel his anger also. And of course, I think my esteemed colleagues from the hostel and the college will tell us how just to get this thing. I don't want to dwell too much on that, but there used to be. But even in that love, there was always, even in that anger, there was always that love. He will be, on the one hand, he will be telling you, tell that fellow he's no good, he's not doing anything. Why is he doing like this? Why is he doing like that? Okay. I'll just tell one incident. Sorry, just take 5 minutes. This happened during the holidays from this. I think it was in my MCOM days. During my MCOM days, it happened during my holidays. So Swami had gone to Uti. That time Swami had stopped coming to Brindavan. I don't know why, but Swami had stopped coming to Brindavan. So I thought, okay, my parents were staying in Brindavan, so I thought, okay, I'll go and visit them, and I'll see my brother also. And so myself and my cousin, there was another boy called Neil Bodley, which Hari, Jagdish Rajan, and so Kote and all will know. So we all came to Brindavan, and we just, because we were all past students of Brindavan, so we were staying in Brindavan and then enjoying the atmosphere in Brindavan. Suddenly, I don't know what took hold of me. I decided that, okay, why don't we go, the family? We usually used to, earlier during holidays, we used to go out, but this time we have not gone. Why don't we go to Mysore? And look at our, that arrogance, that ego that we had. Rupak had Swami's car. Swami had given him one car. It was a Herald car or something. He said, we'll go in that car to Mysore. Okay. Swami is not aware of it. Swami has not been told. And that was one of the times when we didn't tell Swami. So we went. Just as we were reaching Mysore, now from the opposite side, Swami's car is coming. Swami's traveling back from Uti. Now, from here, we are going in this thing, and the opposite side, Swami's car is coming. Now, Swami will definitely see us. So what we thought, okay, again, this arrogance and this egoism, no? We stopped the car, and Swami also stopped the car. And Swami pretended as if, no, hey, where are you coming from? Where are you all? Then Rupak, no, like, he thought that he can bluff to Swami. He said, Swami, you have not come to Brindavan for so long. We thought we'll take your darshan. Oh, okay. He told like that. We'll take your darshan. Avana, atla. So, Swami is telling, oh, is it like that? Okay, atla. Chesko. He said, you told all of us to take Pad Namaskar. Okay, we took Pad Namaskar, and then what we did was, for some distance, we traveled back with Swami, and then Swami took the turn towards Puttaparthi. What we did was, we again went back. See, that, it was a sheer, irresponsibility on our part. We went back and came back from Mysore. I went to Puttaparthi. Swami stopped talking to me. Completely stopped. And I'm not able to understand what is happening. Because see, we in our, petty minds, we didn't understand that Swami will know everything that has happened. So after 2-3 days, no, not in 3 days, maybe after 2 weeks, no, suddenly Swami sent word through Lakshmi Narasimha, Dr. Lakshmi Narasimha, and said that, Chudu, Chappu, enduku Swami daggara permission తీసుకోలే. permission or enduku Swami chappaledu. He didn't say permission, enduku Swami chappaledu. So Dr. Narasimhan came and asked me, why didn't you tell Swami? I said, what? No, you should have told Swami. I said, what, sir? What to tell Swami, sir? Okay, that's the first interaction that I'm having from Swami. Now Swami is not talking to me. Next day again he sends word. Vaadu naku chappakunda Mysore poyinaru telsa. Mysore poyinaru telsa. Then Lakshmi Narasimhan came and told me, why did you do this, Hirok? You've never done this before. And then I realized, whereas my brother Rupak, no, he is also there in Puttaparthi. Swami is not telling him anything. Swami is absolutely fine with him, but only with me, he's with me and my parents. So after some time, now what happened was Swami stopped talking with my cousin brother also because he has come to Brindavan. Of course, we, how was it solved? It was solved by we going and harrowing Swami. Swami. Jagdish and all will know. Swami. And then we told Swami. Swami is now, when we go and harrow him, no, that time now, he is only sending word to us. Well, chappu. Swami daggara chaminchu, adugumano. And then when we are holding him, no, that time Swami is trying to come out. And everybody in the audience, no, in the public, is thinking, what are these fellows doing? Everybody is cursing us. But then we had to hold him. Of course, Swami will not, forgive us. But see, this is something which which I learned from during my stay there. That always obey him. Another incident which I wanted to tell you was, sorry. Again, I'm sorry. This is during my after my BCom. During my BCom, I suddenly had the bright idea. In fact, my father also put some masala into it. I suddenly had the bright idea that I'll do CA. By that time, university had not started. Okay, I'll do CA. I've not told this to Swami till now. Because till then I had never told anything to Swami that I'll do this, I'll do that, nothing. My relationship with Swami was not like that. My relationship with Swami was all they knew, I'll take that. So that was the first time when I thought that, okay, I'll do something on my own. And I was thinking that I'll do CA. I have not told this to this thing. I just discussed this with my father. What Swami did was, there was a time when my parents went to Puttaparthi. He called them for interview and blasted them. Why did he blast them? They also don't know. But he told, Hirok, aisa karta hai. Hirok, he used to tell me Hirok. Hirok aisa karta hai, wo aisa bolta hai, aisa karta hai. Bolo, ठीक से बोलो. क्या स्वामी का आज्ञा पालन नहीं करता? अभी आज्ञा क्या है वो मालूम नहीं हम लोग को, बट आज्ञा क्या है? स्वामी का आज्ञा पालन नहीं करता है. Like that he'll tell. What is the ajna? We don't know at this point of time, because I was not told what is my thought. Okay, but then my father knows about it, so he was thinking that okay. Then he came to Brindavan, and then what he did was one day suddenly he sent me one. That time Gillette shaving cream was there, no. So he sent that and said that, okay, Hirok niche. And he called my parents again and told them that, listen, tell him, see, I have, हम कुछ Hirok कुछ करना चाहता है, हमारा बात सुनो, बोलो. So at this point of time, none of us have talked. Swami has also not told me what to do. I've also not told what I want to do. And then the university starts, okay? And once the university starts, Swami immediately tells me that, okay, nu uchi MCom che. And we were the first batch in the MCom post-graduation class, right? And of course, we had a lot of issues. I mean, we were the only university in the whole world which conducted the First semester we finished off the exams. Second semester we gave an exam. Again we had one more exam. First semester and second semester combined. You remember, all of us had so much of it. So look at that. How Swami plans everything for us, right? It's just that we have to be in a position to receive that. And to receive that, you have to just surrender to his view, this thing. We make him everything and we are nothing, right? That's what that's what I've learned in my thing. And all of us are still in that journey. We are still trying to become nothing in our lives. We still have our egos, and we still have our this thing. But then Swami still keeps on guiding us. He never gives up on us. He never gives up on us. He still starts guiding us. And I think that is the story of each one of us, of our family. So my only at the end, I just wanted to conclude by a sloka which is a song from my heart, right? This is Tvameva matascha pita tvameva tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva tvameva vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva Sri Sai Deva. One more song, Hari. Daya karo he Karuna Nidhan Sai Tum ho data daya karo Tum ho sai kripa karo Prabhu tum sai antaryami Patipuri Bhagavan Patipuri Bhagavan Tum ho data daya karo Tum ho sai kripa karo. In conclusion, by all of us, for all of us, Swami is everything. And it is our journey to become nothing. And it is our privilege, actually. It is our blessing. It is a blessing from him that we have been called to witness his glory, to participate in his glory, because this privilege is not given to everybody. That is why all of us are part of the Sai family. Sai Ram, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Swami has got a strange way, huh? we all got to see. We all got to see you all as the Pancharatnas, and we have Pancharatnas today. We have you, we have Hariyanna, we have Kotenna, we have Jagdish Rajananna, and we have Brother Sonam as well. So all of you, five. I don't know what he has got. Sai Anna, of course, I think he should be in bhajans at Parthi, so timing would not have worked. But we actually wanted to have the 5 Pancharatnas for a satsang. That's how this whole journey started. And Swami has made this happen today. We have been listening to individual Ratnas. And today he brings in 5 together because that's how he wanted to start this satsang series. Thanks to Hariyanna for helping this happen. A few words from Brother Sonam. Sonam and Kotenna, if you could say a few words at the end. And
Sonam.
Yeah, Brother Sonam, are you here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a little bit late today, but nevertheless, I caught up with the whole thing. And listening to Hirok or listening to Kote or any one of us, nowadays I see this as a reflection. Like it's a reflection of myself. We are looking at each other. It's like looking into the mirror.
Correct.
And all of us, we end up saying that we have been so fortunate to be called into his domain. And then that's all we can say.
Yeah.
Words fail.
Yeah.
To express what we really feel at this stage of life. And today I was really, once again, taken back in time. Brindavan days, all the fun and frolic. And then I had wanted Hirokji to say just a little more about that Hawaiian guitar. Because the Hawaiian guitar was a product that was born out of necessity.
Yeah.
Because the song needed the instrument and we had nothing.
Nothing.
And then how Bhagwan creates that vacuum, that nothingness.
Yeah.
And then out of that, he makes so much out of it. That the most important thing was the lessons that we were to learn from that experience.
Yes.
And I just wanted you to add that on D-Day when we really performed Ram Katha, that instrument which was made on that plank, it sounded as good as the original music. You remember?
Correct.
And that the spokes were, the frets were made out of umbrellas, an abandoned umbrella. He cut the spokes and then beat them into shape. And then God alone knows how did he know the spacing of the frets also.
Remember that how much of measurement he would have done.
Exactly.
I remember seeing him doing the measurement. But the worst part is what, see, we were not allowed to go out of Brindavan hostel.
Yes.
So there was necessity was the mother of invention. So we took an old umbrella and started making it, there used to be some of the boys who were, much mechanically inclined. Saina Chetty, he used to beat them with a hammer and then make them smooth so that it can be fitted in. But then it sounded very well. And that was the time when there was also one more instrument which we had. It was known as the Orla, right? Not the Orla. Univox. That instrument had a mind of its own, okay? So...
Maybe Prasad played.
It had a mind of its own. So now suppose you want to play something, and that instrument was made of transistors. Imagine the age of that instrument. It was made of transistors. So suddenly what will happen? The transistor will heat up. That's all. It will completely stop in the middle of a music program.
And more than anything, it was a monophonic type of instrument. You couldn't play chords on it. And the part of the instrument was, it was the original instrument they played in that movie for the Nagin song. Tanadole, Manadole. And Adinarayan Rao Garu, he told us that this was the instrument which was played at that time in that movie. So the movie must have been 1930s or something.
But you know, the thing was what, you know, with all those limitations, you know, all of us were always full of enthusiasm and inspired, no, to give our best, right? We never you know, never thought that okay, it may not work or it may not. So it was only after that, no, that Swami got that orla, right, which was of course another different animal by the. But you know, this when you remember those stuff, right? You know, God is in front of us. God is telling us, okay, you do you know, have a music concert, and this is what you should play in front of all. In front of, and he's in front of us, and he is inspiring us. So that is why, you know, we always had this that our intention was always very pure, and this thing just to please Swami and just to give the best to for the program. And
the best thing,
yeah, Jagdish.
Yeah, the best thing is that the brotherhood we all, you know, had, Swami inculcated in us.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to Assam on my official trip, I made it a point to, you know, get Neil's number and then also call Rupak Sharma, and we, you know, spent about 4-5 hours till about 2 a.m. singing bhajans. Same way, when I went to Sikkim, I, you know, traced out and hunted Sonam and went and met him at his house. This is something which, you know, that Swami's thread that keeps us bound all the time.
Correct.
The brotherhood is amazing.
Sonam.
Yes.
You remember for Ramana Ramadu, for horse bait, we played coconut shells.
And that, you know, Kote, when you use that coconut shell, no, after that, when you got that coconut shell, you were polishing it nicely, because no, that it should become very nice and it should give the best sound.
I still remember on one of the rehearsal sessions, Swami came there and said, everyone set and ready. Then everyone said ready. Then Swami looked at Kote and said, where is your instrument? You remember? Then he showed the tanpura, because Kote was playing tanpura and the coconut shell. So both the instruments are showed, and Swami said, now practice start Chai. Still remember.
And that Kote used to get some 2-3 stones, no? It used to be different in different places, of course. In Brindavan, we had one set, another in this thing. In Parthi, we had another set, no? Kote?
Yeah. No, but Kote, I remember when we were practicing upstairs in the bungalow, at night, suddenly we were like fun-loving youngsters. We were all having tea, and because we were given a very royal treatment by the rest of the fraternity in the hostel. So we had tea and snacks and all that we were eating, having a gala time. And right at that time, I saw Swami standing in the middle of the room. And I said, Swami is here. And then Rupak Sharma, he believed. And Rupak Sharma said, hey, Swami has come, man. So that was a very astounding experience that we all had where we were practicing. And today, because of paucity of time, Hirok ji didn't mention a lot of things about Sai Katha. Next time
we should have one Sai Katha, one episode on Sai Katha, right? Actually, just some of the things which happened during the composition of Sai Katha. Now it is really, see, that's what I said, no, the humility of the avatar combined with the inspiration and motivation which he used to provide to all of us, no? Yeah, Swami sitting down and writing about his life story, right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? The Adinayan Rao and Rajesh Rao were just instruments, right? But primarily it was Swami who was driving the whole thing. And then Swami coming and practice into the practice sessions. For this Ram Katha, no, Sonam and Kote, you remember we used to have it in the 3rd floor of the hostel.
Yeah, yeah.
Some used to work all the way up.
Yeah.
All the way up.
Yeah. Correct.
Anyway, Sai Ram. It's like this. I just wanted to say one thing, right? All of us, Swami just drew us into his fold and then into his powerful embrace of love, right? And then made us what we were. And the whole credit for all these things, no? It's just that we witnessed some of the things that happened during this avatar, right? But it is not our effort. This has got nothing to do with us, because it was Swami who has done everything. So, as I said, no, Swami is everything. We are actually nothing. We are just instruments in his hand to be used in the way he wants us to be used, right? So, like,
absolutely,
everybody has got his own purpose, right? In
absolutely.
mission.
Sai Ram. It is really a blessing that today we have Sonamji, Koteji, and Jagdish Rajanji, and all Hirok. Today your session
and Hariji.
So really, Sonam, you're joining. It really gave so much of a different structure, actually, thanks to you. And personally, for me, they are all the gurus. Sonam, Kote, Hirok, even Jagdish started singing before me. But these, I was inspired certainly by Sonam, by Kote, Hirok, and Jagdish Rajan. And Hirok, I had to tell you, today your session, you took us with simplicity and you took us back to that time. And, it has touched all our heart. It is because you spoke on behalf of all of us, not as Hirok. And thanks a lot, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
To all brothers.
You have been instrumental. Hari, you have been instrumental in bringing all our memories back and all of us together. And, we are reliving the moments again.
Yeah.
And, thanks, Hari. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sai Ram.
Kote, one bhajan, just one last bhajan. One bhajan, just one bhajan.
Okay.
Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike
Super.
Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Mata Maheshwari Tribhuvana Janani Mata Maheshwari Tribhuvana Janani Premamayi Sathya Sai Janani Premamayi Sathya Sai Janani Shiva Mana Mohini Prapa Vilashini Shiva Mana Mohini Papa Vilashini Veda Kalamai Kalyanadaini Veda Kalamai Kalyanadaini Jagato Dharini Pati Narayani Premamayi Sathya Sai Janani. Is really Premamayi, no? Swami.
Dwarakanaatha Madhusudana Ghanashyam. Then
Mandara Giridhara. Mandara
Giridhara.
No, sorry. Sonam, what is the next?
Sorry.
Mandara Giridhara Venu.
Correct. Mandara
Giridhara. Then
Mandara Giridhara. Hi.
Mandara Giridhara Venu Vilolana
Kamalavadana Ghanashyama Pati Vihari Krishna Murari Pati Vihari Krishna Murari Madhusudana Ghanashyama Shama Madhusudana Ghanashyama
Again, once again.
Natha Madhusudana Ghanashyama
Once again.
Devaki Nandana Gokulanandana Devaki Nandana Sai Sundar Shama Dwarakanatha Madhusudana Ghanashyama Mandara Giridhara Venu Vilolana Mandara Giridhara Venu Vilolana Kamalanayana Bhagavan Kamalanayana Ghanashyam Pati Vihari Krishna Murari Pati Vihari Krishna Murari Madhusudana Ghanashyama Madhusudana Ghanashyama Dwarakanatha Madhusudana Ghanashyama.
Jagdish, one comment I want to pass. That is, this Hirok, he will come straight with no lyrics and he will remember whole lyrics of everything. Yes, got it.
No.
What a memory power this one has got.
But
he
one
was
thing is
there on the spot. What is the next line? He asked.
What is that?
Sometimes on the stage, he'll ask, which is the next line?
No. Hey, Khote.
Yeah.
That, so, Jagdish and Sonam, you know what happened? Hirok will come very confident to the stage and he will sing and he is so confident. He will straight away, tremendous, he will do that. Great, Hirok, I tell you, hats off to you.
No.
I'll tell you, your memory power and otherwise also, you are not perturbed. All the others, they'll be worried. You are not. It's a great, you are having that equanimity of mind anywhere you are. That is why you are appreciated.
No, I'll tell you. Before you go any further, okay. I have to salute Venkat, Kote, Jagdish. We have to salute two of the greatest composers that we have. Two of the greatest composers of bhajans, no, Hari and Sonam. I mean, we've been privileged to privileged to have your compositions, right? Take for example some of the compositions that you do. I actually see this thing, Sonam. There is Jaya Kalla Sapate request for you to sing that song. But before that, no, I just want to tell one incident. Okay, Hari, you said no that I remember. Okay, actually that was also accepted by Swami. We sang Sai Katha, no, without any script. Kote was also there. Without any script, we sang. And when we were singing, after that, no baga nechkuna kada, Swami said. Means you learnt it very well. That's what it happened in the old mandir. Okay, but my salutations to you and Sonam. Your compositions are out of the world, and I mean they would have actually touched so many lives, so many people's hearts, right?
So many hearts.
Yeah, so many hearts.
And Sonam is a master of so many instruments also. Amazing.
Correct. That is the truth.
That was
the biggest thing that we have.
Was a myth, because what happened. Your Jagdish, your brother, the most revered Ravi Shankar sir, he knows my secret very well, because the audition was held. I didn't want to lose my chance and in any instrument. So I listed down everything that I could think of. So I wrote down accordion, all same type of instruments, keyboard instruments, harmonium, accordion, piano, then harmonica. I made a whole list of those instruments. It looked very impressive.
You could play all of them also. Impressively.
Hey, Sonam.
Yeah.
Sonam,
yes.
Don't tell that to us, because we know you are playing of harmonium, you are playing of keyboard, you are playing of accordion, you are playing of tabla, guitar, everything. So don't tell like that, okay?
Yeah.
Because you can tell all these other people, not
us, but not us.
No, that is the truth.
But,
one more beautiful.
Go ahead.
Hey, one more beautiful thing is each one of you composed and let somebody else come up with exposing your composition to Swami. I think that needs a lot of. I mean, it shows that there was camaraderie, but above all, the ego is definitely not there. It is not my song. If generally you compose, you think you have control of what you are singing or what you want to bring out with, but each one of you was gracious enough to let someone else sing your composition, and through that process, I think you people chiseled yourself in a manner where the camaraderie was set in without ego.
Let me make a small confession on this. I think Hari will accept this, agree with me.
Yeah.
because, we always looked for good singers. And our hostel abounded in like good singers, like, Hirok was there. Each person had his own special style of singing. And then there was V. Kumar also, each one. So it's composing like Hariharan has composed a lot of songs for V. Kumar, keeping in mind his style of singing. And then for S. Kumar, like Jai Kailashpati was specially composed for Koteji to sing during Mahashivratri.
Oh.
His style of singing. And then, of course, we used to have our own, tips about who should sing and all that. But then, basically, whenever Hirok ji used to sing Madhusudana Krishna Kunjavi Hari, and he used to just nail it. So the whole thrill was in listening to the composition being sung by another accomplished singer rather than yourself singing, because I never considered myself a singer. Like for me, I was mostly an accompanist. And Swami showed me my play.
No, we don't agree. I don't agree. You're one of the greatest singers.
No.
Amazing, amazing.
The truth.
You cannot take that away.
No, from day one itself, Swami showed me the place. And when yesterday I was telling, audaciously, I was asking Swami, what about the Jhoola singing? And straight away he said, you keep me on the Jhoola of your heart and keep singing. That is Jhoola. That is Jhoola singing.
Yeah.
But basically the main idea was that everyone had a beautiful role to play. He gave a role to everyone. But the idea was to instill that Atmanubhuti in every person through that role which was given to that person. And he played it, so beautifully himself, as though it meant so much to him, like Ram Katha, Sai Katha, and any of these bhajans that we sang. His involvement was 100%, and ours was maybe 10%.
Yeah. No, yes. Yeah, correct.
But then he gave all the importance to us for that 10%.
Yeah.
So that we should evolve into that meaning.
Yeah. Before we end, I just wanted to, I hope I've been, just pardon my, the faults that I had in this presentation, because I just spoke what came to my mind, okay? And I really beg people's forgiveness if there is anything that I have not spoken or told correctly, okay?
Like you all say, you are all zero and you are all blessed to be with Bhagavan during those days. I'm so happy that at least I am born to hear at least people like you and get enlightened, So it is really Swami's wish to us that we are able to be part of this Pancharatna of our Sai Krishna. And we are really blessed, That itself is really so nice. It is better than even seeing the Sai Krishna looks like. And I'm sure the Swami will bless us with these satsang too often, and we will always be elated and excited to do the values of Sai. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank
So
you.
definitely within a month, we will probably have one more session where we will get all of you together. Let's, Ariana, let's do that. Just, you know, we can pre-record it if you want so that the sound comes up and then you speak. If any music, we'll pre-record and put, and then we can talk about it. That way there will be clarity. Otherwise you will have the same bandwidth issues. So let's finish off with Samastaloka. Thank you so much, everyone. Till Friday, let's finish off with Samastaloka 21 times. I'm going to mute and you will have to hear only my voice. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai.